questions you guys got specifically. Would love to jam, especially you guys on TikTok, YouTube, Twitter, as well. I got accepted last night. Just waiting on SellerAmp email to register for the free trial. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. If your account gets deactivated, can you delete your account and buy a new one? Theoretically, you could. You're not supposed to though. There is also a good chance that Amazon catches you. So I definitely not recommend doing that though. On that.
What can you do about not available items? So if you talk about on Amazon, you got to go find them. Most of the times when they show unavailable, they're just simply out of stock. So you can do a couple different things. What I would do is find the parent ASIN, go to the data details in the Keepa, plug it into add a product on Amazon, and you're going to be able to sift through all the different ASINs that are available and in the catalog under that parent ASIN. And if it exists, even if it's out of stock, it'll be there.
Yeah, you might mean specifically not available, like not able to apply like items. And that's going to be items that are hard gated specifically. And there's not much you can do about that as a new seller, pretty much. The cool thing is there's, tens of thousands of other brands you can go ahead and sell. And the cool thing is you can see inside the storefronts of other sellers. So you're going to find those listings from there.
Oh, yeah, not able to apply. Yeah, there's so many other brands.
Yeah. So you just can't worry about those brands specifically. When to price adjust, have some coffees listed for $20, but a lot of sellers listed for $20. It depends how quick you need the money and what the trend of the product looks like. If you expect that item to come back up to 24, aka the competition's either stable or going down, you might want to hang out at 24. Or if you need the money and maybe the ROI is still good, you could drop down. It just depends on kind of your timeline of that SKU. Can I test my products using PPC
and not pay Amazon? I mean, if you're kind of following us, you're doing a lot of wholesale OA. Most of the times, PPC is not going to be super important. There's so many other more valuable things that you should be focusing on.
Yeah, so we don't really talk about like private label, for example, which is where PPC would be applicable. Which, if you're unfamiliar with PPC, it basically means just running ads to get more sales on your products. Pretty much. So we don't do that. Or I mean, in the future, I'd love to, but I don't currently. Right there. How does SellerAmp work? Yeah, so SellerAmp is the product research tool that shows you like the profit calculator. So how much profit you're going to make or not make on a specific product and how fast it sells as well. Okay, that's interesting. So you're getting your account closed for Section 3, but we're talking about doing PPC. Okay, so how do I stop Amazon closing my accounts? Figure out why they're closed. Well, one, you're only supposed to have one account
unless you follow really strict to begin with.
Yeah, unless you have like really strict follow really strict guidelines essentially, which can totally change from time to time. As well. And I was a relatively new seller, misbranded product. Well, Amazon's going to give you a path to get it back specifically, so I would definitely go through the process on that. What category have you seen have the best success for Q4? All types of giftable stuff, right? So let's brainstorm some of those. So like, for example, right now, like Halloween stuff's doing really well. Thanksgiving stuff starting to do really well. Christmas stuff will do really well starting in like October, November, right? Christmas themed items.
Pants, hoodies.
Yeah. And then anything
gift gloves.
Yeah. Seasonal grocery. Yeah. Okay.
What is the best strategy to execute when a product is not selling as expected and you want to avoid the higher storage fees? Also, what do you guys or how do you guys handle returns? So the first part, right? And that's a really, really, really good question. You have to understand why it's not selling. Is it a product market issue or is it a pricing issue? And so first and foremost, go back to that listing and see if it's selling, right? What's the sales rank? Is the offer count moving? Is the buy box moving, right? Are things happening in the Keepa graph that suggests that there is movement, there's activity, there's people selling, there's people going in and out of stock, right? So that's question one. Is the product actually selling? Two, where are you in relation to where the sales are existing or where the sales are happening, right? So you can check out, obviously, the buy box line, the trajectory of that. If it's at 20 and you're at 30, likely is the case you're not going to get any sales, right? So understand where you're priced at relative to the buy box rotation. You can go to the buy box rotation, see the kind of the percentages, the breakdown. Also, you can use the Keepa chart, the line, as a good reference in terms of like where sales are happening and where you kind of relate to those. But a good rule of thumb is if you're the lowest FBA offer, you're going to get sales as long as the product is actually selling.
Do you recommend FBM everything OA and RA for now and Q4 go back to FBA? Honestly, that's not a bad strategy. You're not going to lose doing that. Some items aren't going to be super FBM friendly until November and December though. Honestly. So it's kind of going to depend on a listing by listing basis, specifically whether or not you should FBM or FBA something. If you can see other people FBMing it, makes a ton of sense to do that just because you'll be able to test lighter, sell quicker, and learn quicker. right? But not everything's going to be like that specifically. Which category to start with and which product can I start with right away for Amazon wholesale? Yeah, so I'd start out just looking up local distributors specifically, right? So figuring out who's selling bulk product in your local area, like where's the local corner store getting product, where's the local grocery store getting product, right? And buying name brand stuff from there, and cold calling and cold emailing. Honestly, though, if you're asking like kind of where to start with wholesale, it's probably not time to do wholesale. It should be pretty obvious when to get into it. You're going to trade shows, right? You're seeing, locally, right? If you're not prepared to do a bunch of cold calling and cold emailing, it makes a lot more sense to keep going with online arbitrage specifically. And that's what we put out, boatloads of content to help you guys do.
And I don't know if you mentioned this, but on top of that, right, you don't necessarily have to go full-fledged into wholesale, but look inside your catalog, right? If you don't have any, or if you have some brands that are not Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, right? If you have some grocery or beauty brands, there's always a chance to reach out to them and say, hey, I've been buying this product a while at X store, X place. Can I buy more quantity from you at a cheaper price, right? And those are the sort of conversations that aren't necessarily super formal, but you can have just based on the data you already have. Right. And the best part is, how much it sells, that you have validated the market, you validate all those sorts of things. So in theory, you would know exactly how many you want on a monthly cadence and at what sorts of price points make sense. Thomas Tran, live on Saturday is crazy. He's really for the people.
Yes,
My
sir.
dog.
Hey, we feel. Hey, and well, Garrett and I were on FaceTime talking about some very important business earlier, and then I had said I'm gonna hop on stream, and then a couple minutes in, he said, "Send a link." I said, "I got you." I got you. Miles is always working here, machine. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. On Target, what about Target? Yeah, Target's a good brand front gate, or a good supplier front gate, and they carry tons of stuff, and their purchase documentation is really good. What up, Dre? I just sourced my first product. How do I determine? All right, let's do a live example of this, boys and girls. Let's see. So here we go. Let's see here. So I'm going to pull up a FBA friendly and then an FBM friendly listing here. Or we're going to open up two listings and see how FBM friendly or not they are. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want me to do that here, because this is a very, very important thing. Give me a 1 in the chat if you want us to pull up a couple examples here of FBM versus not listings. Or I mean, I'm going to pull up two listings and we're going to see if either of them are FBA or FBM friendly specifically here. Let's see. All right, let's see. All right, here we go. Okay, sweet. All right, here we go. I got you. All right, let's hit the screen share right here. So, boom, check this out. So here we go. All right, let's get the screen share going. Bada bing. I'll show you guys the camera here on TikTok here as well. Let's see. Oops. What's up, Garrett?
I was posting a video on Instagram.
Oh. All right, sweet. Let's see. So here we go. So we're here on an Amazon product page, right? So right off the bat, coming to this listing, the first thing we want to do to gauge whether or not a listing is going to be FBM friendly is look at what the current buy box is like. So this listing, we can clearly see ships from the seller, not from Amazon. So we know that the current buy box is FBM. That's a great sign, right? As well, we can then take a look at the offer summary on Seller Amp, which you turn on in your settings, right? Which tells us how, if any, FBM people are on this, which we can see in this case they are. And so we can see there's FBM people on it. There's an FBM person in the buy box. Typically, you want to see more of a 1-to-7, 1-to-6 ratio for this. But either way, we do know for a fact that there's FBM sellers getting the buy box, because I can see this ships from the seller, not from Amazon, right? And then what I want to do is I want to go down here on Keepa and hit data and then buy box stats right here, right? And then I want to come over to the FBA column right here, and I want to click it so I can see all the people that do not have this FBA check mark. These are all the FBM sellers. And then we can see it looks like 10% of the buy box share is going to this seller that's FBM. 5% of it's going to this seller that's FBM because they don't have that check mark. 5% of it's going to this seller. So we can see like over 20% of the buy box share is going to FBM sellers here. And the current buy box is FBM, right? So we know that this is a good item specifically right here. While we're up, I'm gonna open up some other wisdom too. And then let's look at this next item, right? So this item right here, right off the bat, we want to take a look and say, hey, okay, what's the current buy box doing? Boom, FBM friendly, most likely because there's an FBM seller in the buy box right here. And then we want to see the summary here on Keepa too. We see 16 sellers, 10 of them are FBM, 6 are FBA. So these people, like, no one would be like, or not no one, but most people wouldn't be listed on them if they weren't making money. So we can see like this one's clearly FBM friendly. And then we'll back that up hitting data and then buy box stats right here. right? And then we'll check how FBM friendly the SKU is, and we can see, boom, whole bunch of check mark or lack of check marks there. This means all these folks are FBMing the SKU right there, right? And we can see, so all of these sellers over here that do not have that check mark are FBMing this product, and that is totally enough buy box share right there. And then while we're here,
Yeah, pull up
right?
Keyword Product Finder too while you're on the
Yeah.
FBM stuff.
All right, let's see. Let's go here. This is some major sauce right here, y'all, as well. All right.
So
So
this is another huge way to find FBM.
huge way to find FBM listings. Yeah. So what we're going to do is we can scroll down here on Keep a Product Finder and then check this out. We can go in here and say, is buy box FBA, and put no right there. So that way we're looking at listings that do not have an FBA buy box, which pretty much validates that they're going to be reseller friendly. Right. So Keep a Product Finder is a great way to source stuff too. If you're in my, or if you're interested in joining my coaching program, that's the primary sourcing method we talk about in there.
And then that along with like setting a FBM minimum of like 4 pretty much essentially guarantees that you're not going to look at any private label stuff or.
That's what I'm saying. Right there. Cool. All right, sweet. So yeah, that was some game right there in terms of just using the data buy box stats and the seller amp offer summary. Been selling for a few months. The supplier flow sound is fire. That's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Absolutely. How long do you need to be selling to get ungated? It's not really how long you need to be selling. Those branches currently aren't open to new sellers, which could just be a Q4 thing, but it has been for a while. So I probably I don't think they might not be, or I think they might not ever be able to open for new sellers. For retail arbitrage, I'm confused on ungating grocery. How do I ungate the grocery, the new method? Yeah, so all you do is go on Target and buy a cheap grocery product that's also listed on Amazon in the grocery category. For example, Yogi Tea is a great place to start with that. And then all you do is go ahead and buy 10 of it. Make sure it's also listed on Amazon, and then submit that purchase documentation over to Amazon. And after a couple tries, they'll approve you. Right there.
We should get Casey back on the pod.
Facts, big facts right here. Miles, what boxes should I stock up on for Q4 FBM? Yes, this is a great question because the Uline free shipping sale is on right now. So on uline.com, which is a great box supplier, there's free shipping right now. I think for like the next 2 weeks, specifically right there, which is awesome. And yeah, Uline's great. 15 by 12 by 10, 12 by 10 by 6 box range, something like that. Yeah. It's a good idea to work with China Alibaba. For private label, yes. For reselling, no. And you will get your account shut down if you do it reselling.
How do you keep track of product costs for taxes? So Boxum is soon to be. Yeah. Well, I mean, Boxum is going to handle a lot of that stuff soon enough. Once Wi-Fi continues to improve.
Yeah, but in general, credit card statements and Google Sheets and QuickBooks. QuickBooks is dope for that as well.
QuickBooks is going to be huge because that connects to your bank accounts, your credit card statements, your Amazon account. That's going to really be like the single source of truth. Trying to manage that without using QuickBooks is setting you up for a lot of discrepancies.
Yeah. How many tries would you try to get ungated for a brand before moving on? I would never move on from trying to ungate a brand. And I don't try to do anything. I only do it. And I would recommend you adopt that same mindset and everything. But no, I mean, as many times as needed. You know what I mean? There's no such thing as not being able to get ungated in a brand. There's just not having submitted enough for it.
Why are they not? Is Nike and Under Armour still ungated or still gated for new sellers?
Yes. Yeah. Since April or so. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, NV Sapphire, honestly. I mean, I obviously hope so, for you guys' sake, but I'm not completely sure. But either way, the lesson in that is to keep going as quick as possible, basically, and just get everything that you can. Because in case Amazon changes some rules, they haven't essentially regated anyone, so you'll be good to go.
There's also just so many other brands.
Yeah.
There's so many other brands that are not Nike and Adidas. Cool. What is that? Gatorade?
Yeah. Hey, Miles, I signed up for a seller account 7 days ago and haven't been accepted. I used a debit as a payment method. Should I be worried? Nope. Amazon will give you a reason. If there's a reason for you to be worried, Amazon will tell you. Yeah. Yeah, so we don't know specifically Sapphire on there. They haven't really necessarily given a reasoning. Just in terms of in the past, what they've done specifically is warned us in advance when they're going to do something like that, but they haven't necessarily done that for these specific brands, which is weird. But whenever they're going to shut down for existing and new sellers, they have given us leeway specifically on that. Cool. So let us know. We'll get on for a couple more questions, guys. So any questions you have, please let us know. Yeah, no Alibaba stuff. No Alibaba stuff specifically. Will that ever go away? We don't know specifically. Yeah. So in the past, just statistically, what has happened when there's an issue like that, or when Amazon's going to close a brand for existing sellers that were already approved and people who are new are basically closing it for everyone, they give us a 30-day leeway, which they haven't for these brands. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, not sure specifically on that. Any good Bolo groups you recommend specifically? So I would recommend just doing your own product research and just meeting other sellers online and building your own masterminds based on that. You don't really want to rely on someone else giving you leads. You know what I mean?
I mean, the cool thing is across, Miles, my content, Warner's YouTube channel, we have hours and hours and hours of tens of hours of live YouTube or live sourcing that you can learn from, right? And then we say this a lot. It's not necessarily those products that we show that may be profitable for you, but it's the adjacencies. It's the other variations. It's those brands. It's those sites, right? It's those competitive sellers that are on those sorts of products. It's the things you learn and from the practices and the tactics and the methodologies that we go over that you can now take and apply to your business, whether it be to a different brand, different type of product, or the same types of products, right? We're kind of better proponents of teaching guys how to fish as opposed to just giving you the fish.
Yeah. Can we use Keepa to find profitable products on other websites like Walmart for Amazon selling? So Keepa's not necessarily going to work like in terms of like scanning a website necessarily. But the cool thing is you take a website like Walmart, for example, there's a lot of brands that only come from Walmart, right? So you can use Keepa Product Finder and plug in that brand to find the best products in that brand. And because that brand only comes from Walmart, you then know the best products in that brand using Keepa Product Finder. And so you now know the best products in that brand using Keepa Product Finder, and you know where that inventory comes from, right? Because it only comes from one supplier. Appreciate the info you put that. It's always the truth. Yes, sir. Your FBA cousins. That's a very good W name. Tips on retail arbitrage. Get to know the employees and find other people nationwide that are going to the same places. Do I need a better appeal labor? Products were misbranded. Contact Amazon Seller Help on Twitter and make a detailed post on the Amazon Seller Forums. Yeah. Is it reasonable to start 418? I mean, you'll need to talk to your parents, obviously, but we've seen people do it for sure. Go watch free content. Yes, sir. Greetings, Miles. Checking out your free course. Oh, cool. Yeah, it's a great Saturday pastime. Absolutely. Very, very good Saturday pastime.
We have a bunch of testimonials on our podcast, Buy Box Bandits, of people under 18 crushing it.
Yeah, which is interesting too. We've had several people who had basically like Carsonic, Sawyer, Abe as well. Yeah. Miles, how much is the coaching I need blowing up my business? First year selling only 9K. Ooh, okay, interesting. First year. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot that goes in that you don't necessarily need formal help to fix that, and everything. You just got to get better at the scale. You know what I mean, and solve whatever the bottleneck is. However, though, XX Sapphire, if you are interested in that, take a look at the link in the description, man. I could totally put you on with that. You said Amazon Seller Help on Twitter. Yeah, Amazon Seller Help. It's like Amazon Seller Help page. How about guys over 50? Oh, come on. We got that too as well. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, Amazon Seller Help, and then the Amazon Seller Forums can be helpful for stuff like that, because unfortunately, like, issues do happen like that with Amazon Seller account health, and you just need to make sure you get as many data points as possible and get plugged in with that stuff. Miles, how's it going? What's up, Flipping with Amanda? 6-figure selling Walmart and Amazon? Hell yeah. You're the reason why we were going to hit 6 figures in our first year.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
you. Awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. And you guys, like, we got tons of game for you guys. We got the Buy Box Bandits podcast, all the YouTube videos, and everything like that. And yeah, we are here to help for whatever you guys need. It's a really good time of the year to be getting rock and roll with this stuff. It's time to work hard and get some great results and everything. Bro, Amazon FBA legit. There's this dude that goes to my gym, bro. 2 different Lambos. If they have a Lambo, I don't know if I'd like it. It makes money. You obviously got to be good at it too, to make money with it. But I wouldn't necessarily judge success based on the car someone has. But who knows, man? I mean, he's definitely doing something right to make money. Sells. Okay, that makes sense. Cool. Well, either way, Donovan. Yeah, I have a 6-hour free course on YouTube, so you should check that out. and everything basically. Cool. All right. Appreciate you guys tapping in today. We'll talk to you guys soon. Make sure you check out Garrett's page. He's pumping out some YouTube videos as well. And check out the video I just posted today that goes over the easiest way to 10K a month selling Amazon specifically. So be great. Hope you all have a great day. I'll talk to you guys soon. Love y'all.
See ya.